Ladies and gentlemen, Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions welcomes you to yet another season of India Insight. Envisioned by Mrs. Prema Rajagopal, the founder of this institution, way back in 2004, the objective ever since has been to enhance the knowledge of India and appreciate the diverse culture of this nation. As our young children take part from various corners of the world, over the last couple of years in the digital avatar, this contest has reached over 20,000 students across 10 countries. We at the Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions truly appreciate and acknowledge the support and patronage given to us by all the participating schools, their teachers and managements. Before we begin, it is our pleasure and privilege to invite a well-known educator and a passionate teacher from the Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions, a teacher who has grown to become the principal of this institution. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Vasuma Achar.
Dear viewers, heritage is legacy that transcends from one generation to another. It is not an easy endeavor to comprehend the enormous wisdom that exists manifold about a country. India Insight Quiz is one step towards bringing this wisdom to the students who are the beacons to a prosperous future. Srimati Prema Rajagopal, a great visionary and the backbone of our institution, gave great importance to values, culture, heritage, and ethics. Prema ma'am's qualities of leadership, integrity, and commitment towards education played a phenomenal role in not just imparting a means for living, but also a medium to foster critical thinking and instill values in generations to come. India Insight Quiz is a part of the dream envisaged by Prema ma'am to transform today's learners into architects of a promising future, because the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of these dreams. Good luck to all the participants. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's my privilege to introduce our host for the day. Rashmi is currently Asia's only professional lady quiz host. An alumnus of the prestigious NITK Surathkal and IIM Calcutta, she has hosted close to 1,000 shows across India, Singapore, and several countries across the Middle East. She is the only woman to have been invited to host a quiz at Kuwait for the last 5 years. She was recognized by Business World as 40 under 40 as a personality from India to reckon with. She was the winner of the Quiz Host of the Year 2022 by SMX Leadership Summit. She's been part of this quiz for many years, as she has been part of several quizzes such as Tata Crucible, the Union Bank Quiz, the Rural IT Quiz, TCS Inquisitive, just to name a few. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get started. Time to welcome your host, Miss Rashmi Furtado.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world finale of the India Insight Quiz in the junior category. India Insight is an engaging platform that is created by the Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions. It's a step closer to realizing the dream of their founder principal, Mrs. Prema Rajagopal, who wanted the students of our country to know more about our country and to be proud of the heritage of our country. I think India Insight serves the purpose very, very well. This event has seen participation across the globe. We initially started with participation only in India, but then it has now grown into seeing participation for more than 11 or 12 countries across the world. And all of these contestants here today have gone through multiple rounds to reach this world finale. This is the final lap. Let's see how well they fare in the final lap and who will be that champion who will win this quiz here today. Well, of course, we have one champion and the rest of them will all be the joint runners-up. So that is how, everybody goes back with a prize. Once you reach a world finale, it's a given that you are good is why you're at the world finale. So everybody goes back with a prize, but there will be only one champion at this final here today. So let's get started. Let's get to know our contestants. I'm sure you know them already and you have watched the semi-finals and the quarter-finals. If you haven't, you must go back and watch their journey. It's a very interesting one. I have been with them all through this journey and I always used to keep wondering on who is going to get the next answer right and who is going to qualify to that world finale. And finally, we have these four with us here today. Let's get to know them. Our first finalist of the day, representing Dr. Virendra Swaroop Education Center from Kanpur, is Samrat. From Chennai, from Kanpur, we go all the way down south to Chennai. Representing the Padma Seshadri Bal Bhavan is Omkar. Moving on from Chennai to Varanasi, the historic city of Varanasi, representing the Sunbeam School Lahartara is Shubhan. And completing the lineup here today, coming back down south again, representing Bangalore from the Christ Academy ICSE School is Hazel. A lone lady or lone girl among these finalists here today, but I'm here to give her company. Let's see how all of them do, how well they play in this world finale. The rules, ladies and gentlemen, are absolutely the same. The scoring pattern is going to be plus 50, minus 50, single attempt per question only. They are seasoned quizzers. I don't need to go over the rules all over with them again. I probably might, hire them as my assistants to help me with other quizzes because they are so well aware of the way we host our quizzes. That's how well-seasoned quizzers they are. So let's get started with the first round of our finale here today, India at a glance. Here we go. Five questions in this round. All visuals or images coming up on your screen and corresponding questions from me. Scoring pattern you're aware of, plus 50, minus 50. Keep that at the back of your mind. Let's get started with the first question coming up on your screen now. Who is this airport named after? Shubhan, go ahead.
Ma'am, this airport is named after Veer Savarkar.
Veer Savarkar is absolutely right. Shubhan getting a plus 50 on that. All right, he has begun well in this finale. Let's move on to the second question coming up on your screen. This is the emblem of which dynasty? Shubhan, again, go ahead.
The Hoysala dynasty.
The Hoysala dynasty. Absolutely right. Plus 50 on that. Let's move on. Question number 3 coming up on your screen. This is a crescograph. Omkar, go ahead.
This is a crescograph. It is used to measure plants and its inventor is J.C. Bose, known as Jagadish Chandra Bose.
Plus 50 on that. Absolutely right. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you in the very beginning that they are good quizzers. If you see at the pace at which they are answering the questions, they're not even allowing me to complete my questions. That's how good they are. Omkar getting a plus 50 on that. So let's move on to question number 4. Identify this famous person. He is an author. You would have enjoyed many of his books, or I hope you have. All right, time is up. No one going on this. Oh, Omkar, I said time is up. You can try, but no points. Go ahead.
Is it Ruskin Bond?
It's absolutely Ruskin Bond. You should have gone for it sooner. You would have got a plus 50. That's the reason I said I hope you have at least read some of his books. Very good, great writer from our country. Let's move on. The last question from this round, coming up on your screen. Identify this famous Indian. Omkar, go ahead.
Rakesh Sharma, he is the first cosmonaut to go to space
Plus
from India.
50. Plus 50. Absolutely right. Omkar getting another 50 on that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have completed the first round of this world finale. I know you want to know the scores. I will tell you what the scores are. All right. Samrat on nil, Hazel on nil, Omkar is on 100 and Shubhan on 100 as well. Both of them are neck and neck. Well, don't go by Samrat and Hazel being on nil. They will get to the positive scores very quickly. Sometimes, there's a little bit of, delayed start that happens, but they are good quizzers. So let's move on to the second round of our quiz or of our finale here today. Incredible India. Here we go. The format of the round is similar to what we had in the first round. So let's get started with the first question. Found in Kerala, if this is not a ship, what is it? Found in Kerala, Shubhan, go ahead, he's trying.
Ma'am, it's a church.
It's a church in Kerala. He seems very confident about it. Plus 50. Absolutely right. This is a church that is built in the shape of a boat. There are many, many interesting pictures on this. If you research on this, Shubhan getting a plus 50 on that. Let's move on. Question number 2 coming up on your screen now. This is part of which great entity of India? Shubhan again, go ahead.
Ma'am, this is a part of ISRO.
Part of ISRO, and the Antrix or the Antrix Corporation on your screen right there is a great clue. ISRO is absolutely right. Shubhan getting a plus 50 on that. Let's move on. Question number 3 on your screen now. The city lends its name to full-length trousers worn for horse riding. Shubhan again, go ahead.
Jaipur.
Jaipur, he says. He's going to feel bad when he listens to the answer. Minus 50 on that. These particular trousers are worn for horse riding, and they are called the Jodhpurs and not the Jaipur. So Shubhan getting a minus 50 on that. He's still leading despite taking that minus 50. So let's move on to question number 4 coming up on your screen. Identify the contemporary actor who has co-authored this book. He is known to act in movies that are very different than the commercial movies that we see. A young actor. Shubhan, go ahead. He's trying.
Ayushmann Khurrana.
Ayushmann Khurrana is absolutely right. Plus 50 on that. If you've seen his movies, he chooses to do movies that have a message to the society at large. So Ayushmann Khurrana giving Shubhan his plus 50. The final one in this round coming up on your screen. What is this type of art called? Or this type of painting called? Look at it carefully. There are many art forms in our country. Samrat is trying. Go ahead.
Patachitra.
Patachitra giving him a minus 50. The answer that I was looking for is Kalamkari. Kalamkari is what I was looking for. Not an unknown art form, but yes, sometimes you have to look at these pictures very closely to find that fine difference between one art form from the other. So let's move on. We are halfway through into this world finale. Let's take a quick look at the score. All right, scores on your screen. Shubhan leading with 200 points, and we have Omkar on 100 points. Samrat just took a negative, but if you've seen the way Samrat plays in the quarterfinal and the semi-finals, you know that he will bounce back. Let's see what happens. Hazel also is a good quizzer. So let's move on to the third round of our world finale here today, India in a word. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the world finale of the India Inside Quiz for the junior category, a platform created by the Vidyaniketan group of institutions. And these kids have been doing extremely well. You saw that when I gave you the score just a moment ago. So let's move on to the third round of our quiz here today, India in a word. So in this round, you would have images and text clues coming up on your screen, images or text clues, okay, either or. And along with that, you will have blocks or boxes appearing on your screen, and they indicate the number of letters in the answer. You know how to play this round, so I will not explain further. Let's get started. 5 questions in this round. The first one coming up on your screen. Which famous town is this from this gigantic Gopuram? Omkar, go ahead.
Tanjavur.
Tanjavur, giving him a minus 50. The answer I was looking for is Sri Rangam. Sri Rangam is what I was looking for as an answer. Let's move on. In fact, there is a lot of history and lot of literature behind this Gopuram of Sri Rangam. If you go back and read, you'll find a lot more. Let's move on to the next one. Identify this brand. Shubhan, go ahead.
Parle-G.
Parle-G is absolutely right. Coming up at an India quiz, something for all of us to be proud of. It's a brand that has been going on for years and years now. An Indian brand that as well. So Shubhan getting a plus 50 on Parle-G. So let's move on. Question number 3 coming up on your screen now. In which state in India will you... Omkar, go ahead.
Tamil Nadu.
I expected Omkar to get this one right. Tamil Nadu is absolutely right. And what is it that you're seeing on your screen, Omkar? Do you know?
Is this in the shore temple Mahabalipuram?
Absolutely. This is called Arjuna's Penance, one of the rock cut sculptures that you would see at Mahabalipuram. Omkar getting that right with Tamil Nadu. He gets a plus 50. So last 2 questions of this round. The fourth one, what is this road called? Shubhan, go ahead.
This is called the Grand Trunk Road, and it runs through our city as well.
Grand Trunk Road, something that all of us have studied in our school. Getting it right is Shubhan with 50 points. All right. The final one in this round, coming up on your screen, known as the Falaknuma Palace, in which city is this? Shubhan, go ahead.
Ma'am, it's in Hyderabad.
Hyderabad is absolutely right. Shubhan getting another plus 50. Well, the world finale is moving along extremely quickly here today. So let's take a quick look at the score as well. On your screen, okay, Shubhan is on 350 points, Omkar on 100 points, Samrat on minus 50, Hazel on nil. Well, I don't think anyone is willing to give up, just that Shubhan is a little faster. Let's see what happens in the last round of this quiz, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up is India Inspired. Here we go. The final round of this world finale, ladies and gentlemen. This is actually the last lap or the last leg for these kids as well. The final 5 questions of their journey at India Inside for 2023. So let's get started. Nothing appearing on your screen. I'm the one who will give you the questions. Rest of the rules and the scoring pattern remain the same. The first question, here we go. The Bhangra, the traditional folk dance of Punjab area. Go ahead, Samrat. Go ahead.
Punjab.
I said Punjab, At a world finale, you wouldn't get questions that are that easy. Minus 50 on that. Let me complete the question. Bhangra, that's the traditional folk dance of Punjab area of the Indian subcontinent, originated in which district? Now in Pakistan and famous for its soccer balls. The answer I was looking for is Sialkot. Sialkot is what I was looking for as an answer. Let's move on. Question number 2. Ashutosh Gowarikar became the first Indian director to shoot scenes of a movie at NASA. Which movie? Samrat, go ahead.
Mission Mangal.
Oh, getting a minus 50 on that again is Samrat. The answer is the Shah Rukh Khan starrer Swades. Swades is what I was looking for as an answer. All right, moving on. Question number 3. Here we go. In which union territory is the South Button Island National Park? Omkar, go ahead.
Is it Lakshadweep?
Minus 50 on this. Somehow it's not going their way. The last round is becoming difficult. Let me complete the question. In which union territory is the South Button Island National Park, the smallest national park in India, located? Andaman and Nicobar Islands. That's all I was looking for. The last 2 questions of this world finale, the penultimate one. Here we go. He was named Kamruddin at birth. He performed at the Red Fort on India's independence on August 15, 1947. Eric Clapton cites him as his influence. Whom am I talking about? Go ahead, Shubhan is trying.
Ma'am, is this Ravi Shankar?
Ladies and gentlemen, Shubhan has made his calculations and he understands that even a negative will not bother him too much at this stage. Minus 50 on Ravi Shankar. The answer I was looking for is Ustad Bismillah Khan. Ustad Bismillah Khan, the final one of this world finale. Here we go. Champak Raman Pillai was an Indian-born revolutionary born in Tiruvananthapuram but left for Europe in his youth. He spent the rest of his active life as an Indian nationalist and revolutionary in Europe itself. He is credited with the coining of what phrase? Shubhan, go ahead.
Ma'am, is it Jai Hind?
Jai Hind is what Shubhan thinks the answer is. What an ideal way for us to end the world finale of the India Inside quiz. Jai Hind is absolutely right. Shubhan getting a plus 50 on that. The last plus 50 that I could award to anyone, and Shubhan gets that. So let's take a look at the final tally coming up on your screen. With 350 points, Shubhan Singh from Sunbeam School, Lahartara, Varanasi wins the world finale of the India Inside quiz for the junior category. So he is the world champion. But along with him, we have joint runners-up. That is Omkar with 50 points from Padma Seshadri Bal Bhavan, Chennai. Omkar actually was at a higher score, but he took a few negatives, is why he is back on 50. Hazel from Christ Academy ICSE School, Bangalore, and Samrat Singh from Dr. Virendra Swarup Education Center, Kanpur. All 3 of them the joint runners-up of the India Inside quiz for the junior category. Ladies and gentlemen, we have concluded the journey of India Inside quiz, but only for the junior category. The senior category, the world finale is not yet done. So please join us for that world finale as well. We are yet to identify the world champion from the senior category. I hope to see all of you in that final. Please join us there.